8 strange mysteries about Indian cuisine. 8 fascinating and interesting facts about Indian cuisine that will leave everyone amazed. Welcome to the colorful and flavorful Indian culinary adventure. I can't guarantee that it will suit your taste, but I bet that after eating it, the possibility of being chased by chow is extremely high. So have you ever wondered what makes Indian food so unique in its preparation? Why do Indians have the habit of eating mushy foods or using their hands to eat instead of using spoons and chopsticks to clean? And the truth about how people use Ganges River water full of floating corpses to prepare horrifying food. It can be said that cuisine is one of the things that no matter where you travel, everyone wants to experience and explore the most. However, coming to the 102 cuisines of India, it has never really made us crave, and surely only those who are brave enough would dare to eat it. So what is behind this unique cuisine? Let's experience it with Explore the World in today's food tour. Why is Indian food often in paste form? Why is Indian food often thick? To decipher the reason why Indians love soft and thick dishes, let's go back in history and explore the unique culinary culture of this country. With about 80% of the population following Hinduism, India has a vegetarian tradition that spans thousands of years. This has motivated them to be creative, turning most ingredients into a thick paste, which not only makes the dish look more attractive but also gives it a soft, easy to enjoy feeling. Moreover, this thick texture also helps to blend the spices completely, creating rich and distinct flavor experiences that you will hardly find anywhere else. Following that, the eating habits of Indians also contribute greatly to their preference for grinding ingredients into a paste, a very popular cooking technique. For example, Indian curries or sabji are often created by grinding spices and vegetables into a paste, then combining them with other ingredients for cooking. This method not only enhances the flavor of the dish, but also helps the body absorb nutrients more easily. And have you ever wondered why? When enjoying these dishes, instead of using spoons or chopsticks for convenience, Indians often choose to eat with their bare hands. Let's find out right away. Why do Indians eat with their hands? If you first see Indians using their hands to pick up food on a plate, even mushy curries, many people will surely feel unhygienic and wonder, why do they eat in such a strange way? But everything has its own reason, and this is closely linked to their unique culture. While East Asians are used to using chopsticks to pick up food, Europeans use knives, spoons, and forks. Indians stand out with the habit of eating with their hands. This is not only a traditional cultural feature of India but also popular in countries on the Indian subcontinent such as Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Tibet, Bangladesh, Maldives, or Sri Lanka. The main reason stems from the influence of Buddhism and Islam. Indians believe that food is a gift from the Supreme Being, and using bare hands to receive it shows deep respect. Therefore, eating with hands has become a typical rule in their culinary culture. Furthermore, according to folk beliefs, the 5 fingers represent the 5 elements that make up the universe: space, air, fire, earth, and water. This combination when touching food is said to help them feel the flavor more fully. But don't think that eating with your hands is simple or casual. It comes with surprisingly strict rules. For example, left-handed people still have to try to use their right hand to eat, because the right hand represents purity and goodness, while the left hand is considered a symbol of evil and dirt. Specifically, before sitting at the table, they must wash their hands thoroughly to ensure hygiene and show respect to the people eating with them. When picking up food, they only use their right hand. Absolutely do not use their left hand to touch the food. If the food is too big, they will not bite it, but break it into small pieces with their hands before putting it in their mouths. When eating, they often bow their heads to avoid spilling it. Another taboo is not to lick your fingers after eating. This action is considered impolite in Indian culture. In addition, if there are many dishes on the table, they do not pick up a little bit of each dish, but will eat each dish separately to appreciate the flavor of each dish. After finishing eating, they also wait for everyone at the table to finish their meal before standing up to wash their hands. So, if you have the opportunity to visit India, remember the rule: right hand is gold when eating with your hands to avoid discriminatory looks. This is not only a way to enjoy the cuisine, but also a way to immerse yourself in an interesting and meaningful cultural feature of this country. What do you think about this habit? Do you dare to try it once? Indian food is extremely spicy. One thing that is more special than anything else in Indian cuisine is the overwhelming. Spice, every dish must be soaked in all kinds of flavors to be authentic. Dear friend, each country and each culture has its own unique culinary style. If in Japan, people prefer a bland taste to fully experience the natural flavor of the ingredients, usually only using light soy sauce, eating a lot of fish, green vegetables and limiting starch, then in China, everyone sweats in front of the tongue-burning spicy dishes filled with chili. But when you set foot in India, a colorful South Asian country, you will encounter an unmistakable cooking habit, using lots and lots of spices. Indians especially value the aroma and rich flavor of food. The cuisine here is famous for the combination of 6 basic flavors: sour, sweet, salty, bitter, astringent and pungent, creating an attractive symphony in each dish. Known as the land of spices, India produces more than 70% of the world's spices, far exceeding any other country. Familiar spices such as turmeric, ginger, garlic, chili, cardamom, cinnamon, etc. not only make dishes more flavorful but also bring unique textures, while also having antioxidant effects, boosting immunity and resistance. It is the diversity and richness in the use of spices that makes Indian cuisine unique, outstanding and different from other cuisines in the world. It can be said that spices are not only the soul, but also the miracle that turns each dish into an unforgettable experience. But after learning a little about the characteristics of Indian cuisine, are you hungry yet? Come on, let's take a food tour to enjoy the following delicious dishes. It can be said that there are few countries that possess a cuisine as diverse and unique as India. In particular, some dishes here have a way of preparation that makes people want to shake their heads in dismay just by looking at them. Notably, the dish known as armpit donuts, or more simply, armpit donuts, is a type of cake made from flour, which at first glance looks like a familiar fried flour dish. But the most horrifying thing lies in the preparation stage, after rolling the dough and frying the cakes. People calmly put the hot cakes under their armpits. It is unclear whether this is an initiative to enhance the unique flavor or not. But imagine if someone with smelly armpits made this dish. They could only exclaim, "Oh my god, it's so horrible." In fact, the story of armpit donuts once appeared in a clip that went viral on the internet, making many people curious and arguing. Although there is no solid evidence that this is a traditional Indian dish, it is enough to leave an unforgettable impression of the strangeness in the way it is prepared. What do you think about this cake? Dare to try it. On hot summer days, what could be better than making some cool Indian-style ice cream yourself? Guys, no electricity, no freezer, just rotate a few dozen times in an iron tube, and you will have ice cream of all colors and flavors. So what is that magical rotating round tube that can do such a miracle? Actually, due to the harsh Indian climate, hot all year round, sometimes the temperature reaches 50 degrees Celsius, making ice cream in the usual way is both expensive and ineffective. Therefore, people have created a unique method, using ice blocks mixed with a little salt, stuffed into iron tubes. Then, just human power, also known as running on rice, rotates a few dozen times on a roller and the ice cream gradually forms and is ready to be baked. In addition, there is another way to make ice cream without electricity. Mix ice with salt, then shake it vigorously in a tube continuously. Although it is tiring for your hands, it still produces a hot product. This innovation is not only economical but also shows the ingenuity of Indians in adapting to living conditions. Do you find this way of making ice cream interesting? Dare to try it once. Another unique feature of Indian cuisine is the speed of preparation, lightning fast, without any unnecessary movements. Just look at this uncle making a cake, flipping it over and over, quickly in a split second, and you can see how much experience he has. In just a few seconds, from the dough to the golden brown cake is in his hands. It is truly a lightning art that will make anyone who sees it admire it. Do you want to try learning this super fast technique? The most mysterious dish in India is ram canned mool. It looks like rice paper, but no one knows exactly what kind of plant it is, because the seller keeps it a secret like a business secret. According to mythology, Lord Rama ate it when he was in exile. It has a drum-like shape, brown shell, creamy white core, weighs up to 300 kilograms, is thinly sliced and seasoned with spices such as honey, salt, and chili. Although scientists discovered that it matches 89% of the DNA of the agave plant, which is poisonous if eaten in large amounts, in 2011. Its origin remains a mystery. What do you think of this dish? Dare to try a slice? Those are some typical dishes, but there are countless other Indian specialties. But now I'm so thirsty, so let's quench our thirst with the following series of super unique drinks. From the unique way of processing to the unique form, Indian cuisine really surprises us. Now let's quench our thirst with the super hot summer drinks. When visiting the markets, you will see countless choices: lemon soda, mango, pineapple juice, all kinds of coffee, or sugarcane juice from dinosaur juicers. But the most outstanding are the giant barrels of watermelon juice. Instead of using slow juicers as we often see, the vendors here split the watermelon in half, chop it into small pieces like pomegranate seeds, then put it in a barrel full of ice. The shop owner scoops it up for customers to drink. On hot days, they can sell hundreds, even thousands of cups. However, seeing the scene of the shop owner dipping his hand into the barrel to mix makes many people a bit scared. Who dares to try it? In the list of drinks in India, we cannot fail to mention a very hot dish, Feni, cashew wine, a specialty from Goa. This dish is made in a rather unique, bang right foot, stomp left foot style. After harvesting the red ripe cashews and removing the seeds, people take the ingredients and trample them to pieces. The highlight is that the harder you trample, the tastier the wine. After that, the juice is left to ferment naturally for 2-3 days, then distilled, aged and bottled for sale. But to be honest, don't drink too much, or you'll be fined tens of millions and lose several months of salary. It's best to choose healthier drinks to sip on for safety. Right here, if you want to quench your thirst and watch a show, then come to this shop. But seeing the guys mixing soda, their hands are dripping with sweat, I'll refuse to drink it. At least it has to be as cool as this. Shaking the milk coffee, juggling, spinning, it's so pleasing to the eye. Not only that, there's also the performance of creating the super famous kulfi and shahi tukda. Even pouring milk has to be this cool. Although a little milk spilled out. But oh well, it's not a big deal. There is another drink that is considered an Indian street food, which is aloe vera juice. But the way it is made makes tourists run away. They cut the aloe vera into small pieces, then squeeze it through a cloth to get the slimiest part. In general, the finished product will come out. But looking at the list of dishes and drinks mentioned above, I wonder how many of you dare to try it. Don't hesitate to comment right away to see if you are afraid, or not, to confirm, but I really don't. The truth about using Ganges water to make food and drinks. In food and beverage processing, there is an obvious truth. Most dishes need water. Cooking rice requires water. Making drinks also requires water. Making ice requires frozen water. But in India, water has a very different story, my friends. That is water from the Ganges River, the super famous river. The Ganges River has long been the most sacred and important symbol of the Indian people. It provides water for daily life and agriculture for millions of people, and is also a place for bathing and praying. In the past, this river was pure and clean, but today, everything has changed. With a skyrocketing population, India is currently the most populous country in the world with more than 1.435 billion people, surpassing China, more than 1.425 billion, according to 2024 statistics, and the development of cities along the river. The Ganges River is now terribly polluted. According to a 2018 study by the Indian Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change, about 1.3 billion liters of untreated domestic wastewater is dumped directly into the river every day. Not to mention, it is also a place where millions of people dump their garbage. Even more frightening, during the COVID pandemic, many people still flock to the river to bathe, despite the risk of infection, because they believe that the sacred river water can wash away sins and bring physical and mental health. People even believe that if they are cremated, and their ashes are scattered in the Ganges River, their souls will escape reincarnation and reach nirvana. But the most horrifying thing is that the Ganges water is also used for drinking and eating. Just hearing about it is terrifying. A tourist once recounted his experience when he came to India. He ordered a cup of masala chai, also known as Indian milk tea, a super hot drink with a characteristic sweet and spicy taste from the blend of herbs. At first, everything was normal, cool, and delicious. But when he finished his cup, he was shocked to discover that the vendor had gone down to the Ganges to scoop up water to mix it. As mentioned, the Ganges is the place where the most cremations are made in the world, to the point that some people joked that this dish should be called ash milk tea, to match the scene. It is true that, out of sight, the mouth still tastes good. Not just milk tea, I heard that many other dishes such as soft drinks, ice cream, soup, even ice are also made from this river water. Yet the locals still eat and drink it day after day, safe and sound. Meanwhile, there was an Indian official who had to be hospitalized after drinking Ganges water. What a misery. Of course, this only happened in shops near the Ganges or where the river flows. In remote areas, people still use local water as usual. What do you think about this? Courage of the people here. Would you dare to try a special edition masala chai? Dear friends, we have just discovered together countless interesting, surprising and unique things about the one-of-a-kind cuisine of India. I wonder which dish impressed you the most and which dish you want to try the most. Don't forget to leave a comment to share your feelings and opinions with me. If you like this video, please give Explore the World a like and subscribe to the channel to always be the first to update the latest and most attractive videos every day. Thank you for watching, goodbye and see you again in the upcoming programs.